Hello and welcome to tonight's Get in Tune. I'm Michael Gracia and I've got a really fun show. Uh, Always happy when these guys come by. They've been on the show twice. This is their third appearance um, to discuss their new Kickstarter, which is already, I believe, 25% funded within 10-12 hours that it's been live. So that's awesome. Um, Also, just for those who regular viewers, make sure you comment. It's a very special day also for me today. I know I joke sometimes on social media about it, but today, as of 2019, is Michael Gracia Day in Westchester, New York. Just quick short story for those who aren't familiar with it. A couple of years ago, I was at the Mount Vernon Public Library and I received an award for my devotion to the arts and art education. And I knew I was getting that award. They told me, but at the show, I was surprised by the Westchester Board of Elections when they presented Michael Gracia Day, October 5th, 2019. I share it with a shake from Shake Shack. I don't remember which shake though, so I gotta look it up. But guys, thanks for tuning in. So it is a very special day. I'm glad to have these guys on. Always fun. So let's bring on Christian De Matteo and James Lyons from Fugitive Poems. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
Not much. Just was very excited all day for this. Looking forward to it. So, how you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us on.
Oh, you guys know anytime you have something to promote, you're always welcome on the show here.
Well, we love being on the show, and it's great to see you again. It's always great to see your office. There's always new pieces of art I'm staring at. And a happy Michael Gracia Day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
The photo you have up online, which I remember from last year, actually has the Westchester County. The Westchester County Center is sort of a big deal in Westchester, and it's got him standing under the sign. And you're the only person I know whose name has ever actually been in lights. It's very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that was a very interesting day. I'm not gonna lie, my wife, she drove me there, and we literally took like maybe 30, I'm going to say 20 to 30 pictures of different poses and different things. Like she stood so far away, like across the street. There's like no close-ups of me. And because they were done from an iPhone, if you zoom in too far, it's just going to look crappy. Anyway, enough about me. It's never, I always, the shows are never really about me. It's about me having fun talking to my guests here. So last time you guys were on, you announced that you were having kind of like a contest for your next anthology, right? And that's the one that's up right now, I believe, correct?
This is it. Was May the 4th.
Was the end? Was the yes? May the 4th was the deadline.
Was the deadline, and we were on your show, and we got a bunch of people that saw us here and sent us their stuff, and we got so many, and there was so many incredible people that we couldn't even fit in the book. But it's happened now. The book we've got all the stories for the book, and my children are screaming in the background because there's no way to stop that. But yeah, it's together. The book is now being laid out, and we launched this morning at 7:30 a.m. Well, technically 8. And as of right now, we are 25% funded, and my head is exploding. I can't believe it. It's so cool.
I'm just refreshing right now real quick to see. Okay, you're still at what you're at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link into the comments here, so everyone, don't leave the show, but make sure you do click the link and donate. So you guys can add to this great anthology. We'll look at it in a few minutes, but James, anything you'd like to add?
No, it's just been a super exciting day. We were, this is our first Kickstarter, so we didn't know what to expect. It was kind of nerve-wracking to hit all those buttons and put all this work into it, and then we didn't know whether it was just going to sit there like a dead rat or really do something. So to get that 25% in the first day, it was very exciting. Big moment for us.
That's great. Congratulations on that.
Like,
You wanna, because this is your first Kickstarter, so what was like the planning for you guys? Was it like nerve wracking? Were you guys all? So I know
well,
you guys like agree on everything. You're pretty good about stuff like
this this one we kind of had the Kickstarter plan from the get go. The last one we didn't. We just sort of put it together. You know, we've been calling it a sort of book between friends. This one, you know, we really put some planning into this and wanted to make it our first really professional anthology, one that we could, you know, stick up for the public and get that interest in it. And it seems to be paying off. I actually forgot that we had just announced it on your last show. That it seems like it was forever. It's a lot of work. Kickstarter's a lot of work, and of course the anthology is a lot of work. But it's lots of exciting work.
Hello, Evan. I just saw Evan pop up. We have spent so long learning Kickstarter, figuring out how to go about this. I mean, it's a whole other thing. And I got to thank Jordan Patrick Finn and Doug Wood and Frankie White, who have been unbelievable in giving us some tips on how Marcus Jimenez of Dauntless Books. They've been incredible. The fact that this indie comic community is so close that when we had questions that we couldn't find the answers to, or we're finding unclear answers, we could reach out to people and they were more than happy. Dino, hello. Dino is one of our phenomenal writers on Containment Breach. Actually, his story had this incredible evolution of ideas, and he was working with Eros Donardi and Marcelo Biot, and they worked together. This team, I just watched them do it. An incredible collaboration of creating it. And Dino's story is fantastic. Eros's colors and Marcelo's lines. But yes, we have been so lucky to be part of this community, and we're hoping to pay it forward as we learn things. It's really great to be with a group of people who just want to be happy, be cool, and do what they love.
We also got to shout out Kevin Knapp, who's watching us right now.
Evan.
He actually helped interview us for our Kickstarter video and has been one of our biggest supporters through the whole thing. So thank you, Evan.
Absolutely. Evan is a phenomenal human being I've known for a very long time, dear friend of mine. And when we needed someone to do some interviews with us, because we're going to have over the next couple of months, we're going to be releasing all these interviews I did with all of our collaborators.
Awesome.
And we've got one out right now. Another one's about to come out. Check the Fugitive Poems YouTube channel regularly. Follow at Fugitive Poems on Twitter, and you'll see when they're announced. This is accurate. This is all accurate. And so I've been doing all these interviews, and the question was, well, wait a minute. I can't interview myself. I mean, I could. My therapist says I probably could. But Evan stepped right up, and it was some of the most fun we've had.
We also have that next interview. I got it set to premiere at 9 o'clock, so it's going to premiere right on the show. This is for this one. His name's Jay Sheik, or Jeremiah Sheik. He's one of our heavy hitters in the anthology. He's done quite a few Christian, you can talk a little bit more about his history there, but I hadn't had a chance to look at all these interviews. Christian, he's supposed to be doing 3-minute interviews, but if you know Christian, that's impossible. So that's him just trying to not talk for the 10 minutes before anyone gets a word in edgewise. But I gotta say, this interview is really great. I had known Jay because that's what he goes by. So these two really blew me away. It was a really cool sort of in-depth interview talking about what gets Jay Sheik going and what gets Christian going. And it's a really cool video. So I'm
recording comics and art, mind you. Not other things.
Yeah. All about comics and art. Yes. So very, very exciting one coming up. It's going to be on at 9, so you can check it out right after you're finished with Getting Tuned.
Yeah. And these are going to be where on the Fugitive Poems website?
Fugitive Poems YouTube page.
Oh, YouTube page.
Yep, and we're going to we'll be linking to them on the website right now. FugitivePoems.com has a whole link to the Kickstarter as well as the blogs and whatnot. We're developing Fugitive Poems YouTube right now. Mark Capitelli, important distinction there. Thank you very. I wanted to clarify, not doing interviews about what keeps me going and other topics.
Can one of you send me the link to the YouTube? You can send it through the private chat here, and I'll post it into in there, so they have a way to get to the YouTube page.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's another big announcement. We've had the YouTube page for a while. We haven't done anything with it. We've been actively engaging on there, so that's going to be another place where you can see a lot of content, starting with these videos to promote out Kickstarter. We also have a cool sort of promotional video made by Rob Riley, a good friend of ours, who cut together a video on there. So we're starting to put some content up. We got big plans for that YouTube channel. Long term, nothing. We don't have a lot of it up there yet, but we're going to have tutorials on there and all kinds of content for creative artists who are starting out. More content about getting involved in our anthologies. This is an ongoing thing. As you can see, this is our second one. But we plan on, it's a lot of work, but we're trying to get, Cinemook. That's a Cinemook.
So Rob Riley's film company. Rob Riley's an indie director. He's done some excellent things, and he's a dear friend and a big supporter.
That's awesome. I'm sorry, James, you were saying?
Yeah, so we're trying to make this a regular thing. Our goal right now is to once we get this successful Kickstarter underway, is to kickstart at least every 6 months, and one of those per year is going to be an anthology. So we'll be looking for we're going to have the our version of the NFL draft going up there, and there'll be a lot of content up there especially for what Christian and I have always wanted to support up and comers, or maybe even people that have been doing it for years but don't have that marketing savvy, and they got a lot of stuff in their closet and so forth. There's a lot of people out there like that, so we want to actively support them and get them published, which we seem to be on the right track for this first one. So,
and it's so much fun. The next volume will be another theme, and then we nobody submits. Thank you. I knew what the draft was. Something to do with Vietnam. The idea that no one can send a story that's just been sitting in their drawer. We pick the people we want to work with. We tell them the overall theme, and then they all come up with prompts and switch them around, and they have to work the prompt they got into their story. We have absolutely 100% original stories. We haven't said the name yet because our marketing savvy is still developing. We just like to talk about cool stuff. Containment Breach, Volume 2, Myth Reborn is the name of the Kickstarter project.
And we're going to look at the I was going to say YouTube page, the Kickstarter in a moment. I wanted to say, though, I did post the links to the YouTube in all the 3 streaming services we're currently on. So you guys make sure you go like and follow the YouTube. I also have a comment here. You guys have really cool office spaces. I want to say thank you to Dino.
Mine is actually, it's a sheet. If I push it. The YouTube page right now, there's an interview with Matt Rowe, who just completed his Kickstarter for the Eternal Dieback.
Okay.
And he's in the book, and he's terrific. And then Jay Sheik is going to be up next, and we're going to be cycling the artists and the writers that I interviewed. So the YouTube page is going to have a lot of cool stuff from us on it. But what I'm most excited about right now is introducing the world to these unbelievable creatives that we got to work with. And I think everyone's going to enjoy them. Now, I said to James, I'm going to do 3-minute Containment Breach, 3-minute meets. And he said, I'll never forget this exact words, "You realize that you are our weak link in that plan." And I'm like, what do you mean? He says, no way you can keep it to 3 minutes. And he might have been right. Maybe about 30 or 40 minutes. Matt Batalia and I definitely got Italian and had to have a two-parter.
So far, I get to be the ruthless editor. So I threaten him and tell him what's going to be on the cutting room floor. So I've gotten him down so far to more bite-size pieces. I think Jay Sheik's is about 15 minutes. So where I'm pretty ruthless with the AB editing.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, I couldn't picture Christian editing these videos anyway.
I wasn't gonna. I wanted them raw
because it's all too important. Everything that comes out of his mouth is important.
Look at this fat guy talking to people for 6 hours. You're gonna love it.
No, but seriously, particularly the Jay Sheik one, very, very, very cool content. I was actually captivated, even just watching it because it was new to me. As I was editing it, I was seeing it for the first time. Some really good stuff in there.
I think we just had a comment from Casey Allen. Casey Allen is one of the wonderful people that runs the comicjam.com. We've got a bunch of one-pagers up there. I've been writing the script every week and working with some really cool artists, and James and I did 2 of them together. The Comic Jam is one of the greatest things that we've ever interacted with. Amazing people, and there are a bunch of jammers in this book, and I'm so happy to be working with them.
That's great. No, I mean, listen, I've had a chance to kind of scroll through the Kickstarter. I know, I've looked at your work in the past, what you guys put out. I mean, I'm excited for this sorry, I just got to scroll back up here. I'm excited to see this, brought to life here. Let's see. We also got, I think that's your sister, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah. Too tired to ruthlessly mock me. My sister just told me she's too tired to mock me, and then says, "Hi, James, miss you." That's where I stand.
That's right. She's got her priorities, right?
All right, so let's take a look at the Kickstarter. Let me share the screen here.
I just want to say from the beginning that every drawing you see, I did like that with my incredible art skills. James has knocked it out of the park. This is Hephaestus from Greek mythology, and I mean this image. He showed this to me, and I was just like, that could be the entire book. That's amazing.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, James, before we went on, but I know I told Christian, because I'm on a Mac and Mac has weird audio issues with StreamYard, I can't show the video. But this video people can watch on their own, and I believe, did you say it was up on your YouTube page already?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, this was such a great video. I just enjoyed watching it. A lot of, it was just a nice, clean introduction to this. So you guys, when you get a chance, go on it, and just to add to the comments, I never have time to miss you.
They're just having their own conversation now.
All right.
We are $15 to 1,000 on our first 24 hours of this. By the way, I will kiss whoever gets us to 1,000 while we're on the show. That would be amazing.
I'll make sure not to donate until after the show then.
Actually, I'm going to toot our horn a little bit. We got to 25% in the first 12 hours.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
24 hours, dude.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Like them outs. That's pretty cool.
Right? And this is testimony to this incredible community. It was supportive and awesome, and they've helped get the word out. We've got people involved that we've never seen their names before, and that's thanks to this incredible, the Comics Jam, all the wonderful friends that we've made in the indie community, Doug Wood and the Phoenix Collective, all these people that are helping us get the word out as we do. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, Doug Wood has just gotten on with us on the phone several times, just answered all our questions and hung out with us. Just a great guy and so helpful. He's done a bunch of Kickstarters, and does he have any current ones?
Yes, right now he's got Savage Wizard.
Oh, I like the title just alone. The title's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, it is so cool. Can you pop over to it? We should show people in the search bar. Just do Savage Wizard. They are rocking it. It's like the pitch he gave is Conan the Barbarian gets demoted and has to reclass as a wizard.
Oh my God.
And I didn't say it as well, but this is what they've got going on, and I cannot recommend it enough. They're doing just some really cool stuff. And this is, like I said, we get to talk to these people. It's wonderful.
This is gorgeous art too.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. I also drew this.
Looks amazing.
Christian, you've gotten so much better since last I seen your art.
This is actually my latest.
Hold on,
So
let me give you the screen. Hold on, we got to.
You can see how similar it is to what we were just looking at.
What is that from?
This is my latest one
that's
for
a
the
comic
theme,
strip.
The Witch Returns. This is exactly what it's going to look like.
I'm sure the artist is so happy to have that.
So yeah, this is Savage Wizard. Okay. I forget, is there a way to save this so I can look at it later?
Yeah, hit remind me on there.
Oh, remind me? Okay.
It's next to the video.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take a look at that later to really look, because I'm a big fantasy fan. So.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But we're here. Whoops! What happened?
There you go.
Back. Well, no, I thought it would take me back to that. So
I know I ruined everything. I'm sorry. Making you go other places. There we are. I mean, look how that image pops, James. Every time I look at this, I get excited. The problem with James is going to cost me a ton of money because every time he draws something, I want it on a T-shirt.
Well, this is a great image for a T-shirt. I mean, the pose, everything's just gorgeous.
Christian, what was it you said? Kickstarter is a lot about your ranking and so forth. Christian, you said we came up like third or something in an anthology search or something?
When I typed in comic anthologies today, we were the third ones that popped up.
That's sweet.
And I wasn't signed in as us, so.
Yeah, we've been trying to do a lot of research on how this works. And the algorithm really supports you when you get those big numbers in the first couple of days. So.
Yeah. I just got a comment here from Joe Ryan who says he's working on his very first Kickstarter for his first 42-page graphic novel. So good luck with that, Joe.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, right, Joe? I was amazed. We kind of really we really had to push ourselves to get all this done. That's why I was really surprised that we actually announced it last time we were on here. It just seems like it was longer.
Yeah, no, I guess it wasn't really that long ago because you announced the deadline as May the 4th, but I think you were on in April, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I got to be honest. I was telling Christian backstage, I'm in the process of taking a little bit of a backseat to more sequential storytelling in comic form and focusing more on my animated shorts that I've been developing. But at some point, I do want to do a Kickstarter, and this is the most nerve-wracking thing in my head. Just thinking about everything that needs to get done to get a Kickstarter together.
It doesn't really help with sleeping. I lay in bed and like last night, knowing we were launching this morning, I was okay, Christian, go to sleep. This will be easy. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to shower, dress, and hit launch. This is no problem going to sleep right now. It's just terrifying but so damn exciting today. I'm so honored that people are coming to this. I'm shocked by what's happened today.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about? So, obviously, it's Myth Reborn is your topic, I believe, correct?
Yes.
So, you want to talk a little bit about what the process was for you? Finding the contributors. What was when you give Myth Reborn? Was there a little bit more? Or was that just the theme? Just say whatever you want to do as long as it fits into the idea.
That came after the contributors. So the secret, everyone watching, is to be lucky enough to get on Get in Tune with Michael Gracia. You tell the world what you're doing, and if you build it, they will come. You've been getting all the Fugitive Poems exclusives. I think the first time we came on, we had just released a comic. One of our
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and here today we're on launch day. So what we did was we put out a call. We knew what we wanted to do. The first book happened sort of by accident. I'm not going to tell that story again.
Yeah.
But I picked the theme, Quarantine Chronicles, because we were in the middle of hell, and you might as well have fun with it. This time we wanted to do something totally different, and I love mythology. We both do. We both love mythology. And I love playing with stories. The beauty of storytelling is that you can remold and take elements and put them together. Our story in the book is called Delphine, and it has hints of the Oracle, but that's not actually what it's about. That's sort of woven in. And Jordan Patrick Finn, just go to him on Twitter and ask him to sell you as many copies as you can get of Death Kanji, which is unbelievable. But we had him be our editor for our story, and he saw these elements in there, and he had some great ideas as well. And this is what we did. We played with the concept. So nobody knew, though, what the theme was when they applied. Okay. Once we settled, we put teams together. You were allowed to apply as a team. We've got one team of J.L. Collins, Marissa Brignol, I think she says Brignol, actually, sorry, Leland Bjerg, and Jay Sheik, and they came as a team, and wow, you could tell.
Actually, that's their artwork right there, Mike. If you see,
the rabbit.
Up a little bit. That's one of their pages.
I mean, I want to say the story that this page is telling is incredible.
Yeah,
the art is astounding. The coloring exploded my brain, and then Leland steps in and gets the letters all in exactly the right. This is a team. What a team this is.
Yeah.
And wait till you see this whole story. And then a lot of other groups, we put them together. Mm-hmm. We said, well, what, this writer and this artist will have a good time together. Pardon me. And we've watched them. We've got a couple of people, Jeff Barand and Pierre Rosette, are now working on another project together. If you scroll down to the greenish and white one with the cyberpunk post-apocalyptic fairies, that's Pierre Rosette's art, and based on Jeff Barand's story right there.
Right here, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is a cool one. And so nobody knew, so we put them together, and once we had it, we said, all right, here's the theme. You're all going to be putting together a story that either retells a famous mythology, or imagines it a different place, puts characters together, or tells a brand new story, brand new idea with the hallmarks of legend, with the hallmarks of mythology and fable. And then we had them come up. Thank you, Mark. I did my hair today. The hallmark of legend. Can the viewers also see the pop-ups?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it doesn't look like I'm just randomly saying things.
Yeah.
Chicken and cheese. So we then asked them to come up with a theme, whatever they wanted. And then they gave to us. We shuffled them, gave it to a team, and brand new stories came out of this. And that's what you get when you get this book. When you order your copy of this book, which if you do it tonight, if you do it anytime up to 8 a.m, Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, you can get the hard copy on a $15 reward tier. That's the early bird special, the first 48 hours. After Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, it's going to be a $20 tier. So right now, it's a $15 tier to get a hard copy of this unbelievable book, and you're going to want to hold these pages in your hand. These are our rewards.
Yeah, let's also say it's a print copy. Some people might get confused. There is no hardcover edition.
Oh, right.
So that's more of an industry term, I think. So that is your physical print edition that you can get.
Okay, so you're saying it's just but it's not hard covered, right?
No,
it's not hard.
So it's like a floppy then, basically.
Yes, but not too floppy. We've got great printers. We're working with Mixum Printing, and their paper quality is fantastic.
Yes, I've seen work from them. They're really good stuff there.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I'll actually show you guys. We did a test printing of Containment Breach 1. So just to check for quality, and those are actually available as one of the levels. But we were really impressed with the. Let me just grab one.
Yeah, when you get it, I'll give you a solo layout.
Never before seen. First time ever in print. And if you look over at the Containment Breach Legacy tier, which where is that?
Retailer
Containment
Legacy 75, right here.
You are going to get the first volume, Containment Breach Volume 1, with work by Peter Paul Smith, Matt Queen, John Jack, Mike Flanagan, and ourselves. The thing that started this all, we have only printed, there's only 15 copies available. That's it. It's totally limited. They're the only ones that have ever been printed. So if you back at that level, you get Containment Breach Volume 2, physical copy, and Containment Breach Volume 1. You're going to have the whole collection. And I'm going to warn you, when you get Volume 2, it's going to have a little 2 on the spine. So you're going to want one next to it, or if you're OCD like me, it'll haunt you.
Well, I will say I love that you got this here, that you got retailer levels. I love seeing that in Kickstarters. I think that's fantastic for them to be able to a way to get books in stores.
Yeah.
Have you guys approached any stores with this Kickstarter level yet? Or
yeah, I've been working locally, and then starting to reach out a little bit beyond that. We really would love to see this in stores, because we want the artists, the creators in this book in stores, ourselves included. There are folks in this book who they deserve to be in stores. People should see what they're doing.
I have no idea where I put the box. So
I'm gonna walk away again. I'll get it. Oh, dude, you've been doing that? It's right here. I could have done it like Oprah, just pulled it out from under my chair.
All right, hold on. Let me give you the screen. Oh, that's very nice.
Containment Breach Volume 1. And you can see there's a little number 1 over here. You're going to want it in your collection. There's the back. And it came out absolutely gorgeous. Hold on, I'm looking for... look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Hold on. This is James's work. Unbelievable in print. Holding this, something that we made, and in the back of the book is River, which was so cool to have in print. So it's and there's again only 15 of these. Only 15 of these exist, and it's only on that one legacy tier. So the limited offer. So jump on that one.
That's great. It looks fantastic already.
Yeah, and
so
that's 2 is going to look like this, but it's going to be thicker because it is at least 140 pages.
Yeah.
This anthology you're getting has more than 15 stories, around 140 pages from over 35 international creators. I mean, we've got people. I'm going to just talk over the not too funny. Listen, it's rude. I'm getting older, and I don't want these things pointed out constantly.
That should be your T-shirt. Your next T-shirt.
Not too floppy. But we have creators from India, from Peru, from Canada, from England. We've got it's an international band of fugitives that we have assembled. And all incredible people, incredible minds. And you get that. The book we just showed you, thicker, full with all these incredible minds at work.
It looks great. And listen, your tiers, I mean, you got a lot of great things to offer. So, I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, you're given... hold on. I just want to look real quick. Yeah. So this is it. Have you posted any of like what the artwork's going to be? I know I see the book here, but like of showing what the postcards are going to be, or
No, we haven't revealed that yet.
You haven't revealed that yet. Okay.
The
'Cause
girl's
I'm
gotta
kind
have
of-
her secrets.
Any of the artwork will be from the book itself.
Okay.
So probably on the postcards, I'll probably zoom in on a particular panel, something like that. We do have. We're going to be making some posters, 12 by 18 posters of the cover, which is still in the works.
Wait till you see the cover. Wait till you. This is a heavy metal music cover. I mean, you look at this cover and you hear the guitar. And it's not that it's a picture of a guitar, but it is just completely. Oh, it's amazing.
And I'm assuming, James, you drew it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it's, anytime I hear music and art, I think of you all the time. Like, seriously, James. And this was how do you say his last name?
Matt Batalia, which is what we bonded over, was me saying his name correctly because they're fellow Italians. Let me tell you something about Matt Batalia.
Right.
Matt Batalia.
Hold on, let me.
Hold up, Matt. We'll get back to you.
Another Mike Rossi exclusive. This is the sort of rough.
Oh wow,
dude! Is that metal or is that metal?
Dude, that's awesome. I love that.
Oh, and James never shows his roughs.
Yeah, that's and that's all you get.
Yeah, I can't. It's enough. It's enough of a tease. I'm gonna want a lot more.
And actually,
but again, it's no.
Actually, this will be about the size of the poster too that you'll get.
Okay.
Kind of cool. So we're gonna include that at the retail. Oh yeah, but by the way, I was rooting around in my. I don't know. I have a whole box of these books, but I don't know what I did with them. I stuck them away somewhere safe. But I heard you guys talking about the retailers. If there's anyone out there who might be interested that has a comic book store, we do have those 2 retail levels, and we are giving away that poster to those retailers, for as a promo that they can hang in their shops. We have two different retail levels, so you can check those out, and definitely hit us up if you're interested in that.
Thank you, Joe. Joe Ryan. So Matt Batalia. I'm sorry. Quickly, go to Dauntless, and they are releasing Matt's Ghosts of the Carousel, and I've read it. I've already ordered it. You want to order Matt Batalia's Ghosts of the Carousel? What a book! It's a very personal graphic novella, and you can order it right now paired with Frankie White's Eat My Flesh, Drink My Blood, which is not a book. It's just a request. No, it's his latest, and you can. They're both at Dauntless. Marcus Jimenez, I believe, is in charge of. I think Dauntless is his company. He's a great dude. But Matt's incredible work, and Nicholas Punamali wrote this story. And you're looking at it, it looks like a Western, but it is not, and it's a shocking concept.
Well, let me just say, I just wanted to say this about Matt. He's supposed to be my guest next week on here. I'm just waiting for the official confirmation, but I don't normally do shout outs like that until I have something confirmed. But we've been talking. I've got to see artwork, but I haven't read the comic yet. He sent me a PDF to read, and I'll get through that before he comes on. But it looks gorgeous. I love everything that I'm seeing there. So yeah, definitely someone to check out, and I'm thrilled to hear he's part of this.
Yeah, we were thrilled to have him. I was a fan of his since he did Leap M with Doug Wood, which is about to be re-released. Keep an eye on that. I think it actually might be a bonus with Savage Wizard.
Okay, well, I'll definitely be looking at that Savage Wizard. That looked very interesting to me too. So, you guys, I mean, so many great things on Kickstarter all the time, but today this is the one we want you to be looking at. Hey, I'm just going to refresh for fun. No, you know what it is? It's because you offered the kiss.
I will not kiss somebody who lets this happen. How about that?
We will hire someone else to kiss you.
Of your choosing. we have Elliot Rodriguez, that dragon drawing that you saw.
Yeah,
He's in Peru. He is an unbelievable artist, and this is a story he did with Ryan Burke. And I can't even tell you that this is the most dynamic page of it, because the pages, they're unbelievable. They leap at you. There's a page with a bear on it that's incredible. The transformation, but I don't want to give away too much. If you go to Fugitive Poems YouTube site, you could see an animation of the bear page. These guys are incredible. Ryan Burke did Coronary. His last Kickstarter, I believe, was Coronary. He's an incredible writer with an incredible mind. Coronary is this fascinating story of it's sort of body horror, but with a much more cosmopolitan and philosophical edge to it, and exciting as hell. With these underworld societies, I can't recommend Coronary enough. Yeah. And we're so glad
we talked about that the last time you were on.
We may have. And then Elliot Rodriguez is just up and coming and blowing the universe away with every post, every picture he puts up.
Yeah, I feel like I know the name. Like he might have been part of another anthology that I had on the show here.
Okay.
The name sounds very familiar to me. I'm just actually opening something right now because you're making me think of stuff, and I want to show this off. I usually do my own special unboxing videos sometimes when I donate to Kickstarter videos, but I really think you know, especially Christian, but I think James, you'll be into this too, just art-wise, and I haven't had a chance to open this up. So just let me give you this, and this is something I'd like to promote. I had the artist on the show, and now I need a scissor. I don't think I'm going to do that too well here. Give me 1 second here.
I have a scissor right here.
Yeah, I got like 4 on my drawing table.
I was just trying to help.
All my scissors separated, you know? One cuts for cardboard, one cuts for paper, you know, all that stuff. Because I'm crazy like that.
I was going to say, I do not know. I've never thought of that.
You know what? Well, it comes back from my puppet building days. When I used to build puppets, I used to have separate scissors so I didn't mess up, you know, cardboard felt. It attacks the...
Got it.
Attacks the stuff that way, so... Let me just open this up. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm going to not give myself the full screen because I don't need it. What I'm just going to do is remove this so all 3 are here. Now, this book, and this is an artist that I think, and writer, you guys should be looking into and maybe connecting with. And have you guys seen this? Where's my Tesla on Mars?
No.
All right. He was on my show, I believe, last year. And let me just get out, because I always forget how to say his name real quick.
I looked it up, and Elon Musk appeared.
Where did he put the title? Interesting. Like all the credits. Give me 1 second. He didn't put it on here, did he?
It's from Obscurus Comics.
Yeah, Obscurus Comics. And,
Obscurus,
however you say it. But
I trust you.
I'm blanking on his name right now. I wanted to get the names.
Ryan Chalafor or Califor?
Califor, that's it. Ryan Califor.
Lead
Tesla on Mars, guys. This art is gorgeous. The story seems really good here. Coloring amazing.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Definitely. You know, I was going to do an unboxing this weekend with it. It's been sitting in my studio for over a week.
Oh, wow.
But like, I'm hearing you guys talk, and I'm like, this is a guy I think you guys should be maybe trying to reach out to and just get to know. Awesome guy. And honestly, James, I think he's maybe close to you, like location-wise.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. I won't give out addresses or anything. But, so anyway, let's get back to it. But Tesla on Mars, I donated to. I'm dying. Like, it's funny. I bring all these people on with Kickstarters. I spend more money, I think, just on Kickstarters because I'm seeing all this cool stuff that I want to donate to. And I donated, and then I never have time to read.
It's amazing how vibrant that whole thing is, where all the content and stuff you can get up there. Just you can get lost in there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Somebody said to me the other day, "Oh, they do comics on Kickstarter," and I thought to myself, "Oh, that's right, they do other things on Kickstarter," because I've only ever looked for comics on there.
I've looked for comics and animation, and I'll be honest, most of the animation I see, I'd rather donate to comics. I hate to say that because I plan to put up a Kickstarter for an animation next year, but it's just it's different than what I do. That's how I'll put it. It's different animation than what I do. Anyway, sidetracking again. Let's let's get back. James, were you going to say something? Did I cut you off?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to be rude to you guys. So let's bring back the right here. I looked at the art. I didn't read everything, but I really love this here. How they worked with just the white to add the fur and texture there. I think that looks great.
That is another comic jammer, Brian Beardsley,
Yes.
working with Travis Hill, writer, who is taking off, doing all kinds of cool comic stuff right now. And him and Brian paired together to tell this. The story is called, it's about Thor and Fenrir. And
awesome.
Brian's paneling is so unique and inventive. There's such a flow to it. Like, in this page is a great example where there's 3 different moments happening, but it all appears behind the same bars, but you understand it. You get both concepts at once. And this isn't even the best page in this story. Brian Beardsley is tremendous. And with the story that Travis wrote is this whole other take on Thor. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And that's Thor from Norse mythology, not Marvel.
Yeah, a lot. Well, that's
so we don't get sued.
Please don't sue us. It's old Thor.
So
ancient Thor.
No, I gotta say though that I like because I don't know if you've seen any of my other shows. I've had a few guests on, mostly Jay Piscopo and Chris Watts, who Chris Watts owns Public Domain Comics, and Jay Piscopo is a big supporter of public domain comic characters, and mythology falls under public domain all the time. So like people don't realize, Thor has a different look than the Marvel blonde hair, whether it's bearded or not or whatever. And, so I love this topic because number one, I'm a mythology fan, but number two, I love anything that kind of falls within public domain.
Yeah. The sagas are a great read too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We got here Alexander Duke. Hello.
Hey, counsel. That is dear friend and legal representation
of Fugitive Poems, or just one of
Fugitive Poems and me.
That's funny. He popped up within a minute and a half of us saying us getting sued. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, this is why the world's greatest lawyer.
Yeah, this is why he's our counsel.
Did somebody say getting sued?
He rushed to his computer.
Thank you, sir.
His spidey senses went off.
But yeah, so and here's I'm loving this art too. Who did this? Matt Rowe.
Matt Rowe, yes.
Good stuff.
That is that was the first video that we put up. We actually have a whole interview up on him on our YouTube channel. He's Dieback was his most recent.
Eternal Dieback. Matt's a great dude. He is creating the Roverse. Hold on. Matt Rowe Art is his Twitter. MattRoweArt.com is his site, and he's creating the Roverse. And he just funded the Eternal Dieback, a really cool project. Keep an eye on it. He's actually working on a spinoff at this moment. And this comic he did with Grant D. Armitt is the writer. And I got to tell you, you've got to go to Grant D. Armitt and ask him to get you a copy of The Hunt for the Solivore. Hunt for the Solivore. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can. Grant D. Armitt. At Grant, Grant, DDE, Armitt, ARMITT. And he did a book called The Hunt for the Solivore. In other words, a sun eater, Solivore. I'm waiting for my copy. I kickstarted it, but I read it. And it is, Grant writes on this level of excitement and action with this empathy baseline. There's so much humanity, whether he's writing about humans or not. There's so much humanity to his writing that you are completely enveloped in the excitement of the story, but you're part of these characters now. And Solivore works on like 4 different levels at once. He did it with the artist Lane Lloyd, who is fantastic. But you want to reach out to Grant and get The Hunt for the Solivore. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about this story he did with Matt Rowe. I'm excited. This is like saying your own kid is the best kid, and I know that. But my own kids are the best kids. But I have this anthology doesn't have a dud in it. Let me say that. You always pick up an anthology, and there's a couple of stories that you're like, all right, whatever. And then there's a couple of standouts. Every one of these stories, I've read them like 1,000 times now, and they're still they pop. And I'm so grateful to our contributors for putting this work in, this energy in. This book is going to blow you away. It's blowing me away. And wait till you see what James did. Oh my gosh, our horror comic is unbelievable.
So all we got of James right now on here is this picture, right?
Down at the bottom.
No, there's a
down at the bottom.
Oh, down at the bottom?
There's a Delphine one in there.
Right here. Oh, right here. Wow. This is great.
It's a horror story about a young lady, an apartment, and a rat. And we'll just leave it at that. You can imagine that it's a very comforting and loving story.
It's almost a complete inverse of all the other stories. the dark shadow underneath all this beautiful.
I love the art.
We thought a lot of people would do horror. We wrote the absolute darkest piece. This is the black soul of the book. We're trying to figure out where to place ourselves in the book because things take a turn for absolute concentrated evil at this point.
Wow, it's but again, I mean, listen, I'm looking at this and I'm looking forward to the story. I'll tell you right now, this is something I'm definitely donating to.
I won't kiss you. Don't worry.
I wouldn't let you come near me if you tried. But then again, you know how I am. I don't let many people come near me. I'm very keep your distance. I was in that personal 6-foot pandemic space, decades before the pandemic even happened. So
you were practicing.
Yeah. Man, my rule has always been no touching. So. But no, this is just great. I mean, I'm loving the pipes going on in here, coming down to the rat. I know it's so simple, and I always say, and like last time I geeked out, I think over the hands James drew. I'm just loving the little stream of water so much. It's a few lines, but the way you colored it, the way it just waves, I'm like, I just love that. It's just got really great, And that's one of the things I like about your art too, is that, you can get very detailed, but you understand with just a few simple lines, you could really make, show the movement, flow, everything. It's just, I love it.
All kidding aside about whether I can draw or not, which clearly I can't, what James does with panels like this, I couldn't even begin to fathom how you would draw a little bit of water in the base of this basin of the sink, beginning to go down the drain. How the hell would you show that? And I look at this, and there's that little bubble in there. There's that. It's exactly right. You don't think about it. That's sort of an out of context frame, but you know exactly what you're looking at. And James does this every time, which is why I put no restrictions on myself in what I write for him to draw. I'm going to throw it at him. and he'll curse at, and Lines knows his lines. That's right. He might curse me out a little bit. One of my favorite phone calls of late was 15 panels on a page. Are you out of your effing mind? I'm like, you got it.
I had someone do that to me on a 2-page spread. I'm like, I said no spreads, and and I can't do that. I'm like, that's impossible. Not that it is, but you know what? I'm like, I'm not working that hard. I'm not working. Keep it
Christian's
simple.
always like, oh, I've seen it in other books. Other people can do 15 pounds.
He's figured out my psychological technique.
You know, the only time I've ever seen and I'll be honest, I haven't really read a lot of mainstream stuff in years. But when I look at European comics, when they're doing like 4 rows per book, like per page, I mean, and then you come to American comics, and usually it's about 3 for the most part. You know, they do the 3-tier pages, and then they throw like splash, like an inset panel somewhere or something, and I'm like, okay, so for me, I have to, if somebody says that much, I'm like, okay, where are my Smurf books or something? I got to go look at and pull out those.
Yeah, and
those
European. The Smurfs, was it Onyx and Obelisk? That's
Asterix.
Asterix and those European comics, they were packing those pages. There's so much going on.
But they also
drew beautiful and detailed.
Yeah. I got a bunch packed away in my closet. I got to pull them out again. I love those things so much. And you know, Smurfs, just talking about them real quick with Peo, I mean, have you ever read Benny Breakiron?
No, I don't know that one at all.
Benny Breakiron is about a kid who has superpowers, but every time he gets sick, his powers disappear. And so he turns out to get sick a lot. Like right in the middle of needing his powers or something, or right when he's somebody's trying to expose him, he gets the sniffles or something. So it's a pretty fun comic. It's one of my favorites by Peo.
I never, tell me the name again.
Benny Breakiron.
Benny Breakiron. I'm checking it out now. I don't know it.
Oh, he's got a few. His Johan and Pee Wee stuff, which was out before the Smurfs.
That I know.
I'm waiting for them to be to be translated to American. I heard a rumor they were going to be doing that. And then his other one, Pussycat, was pretty good too. Just about a cat.
Oh, they made a movie out of Benny Breakiron.
Oh, did they?
The French did.
Oh, I didn't see it. So.
Oh yeah, these are complicated panels. Yep.
Yeah. I have another one. If you're talking about movies, Asterix and Obelix had a 3D animated movie, I believe. I think I watched that one when I was in the hospital once. Anyway, again, sidetracking. We could talk about all this stuff later. Let's get back to your Kickstarter here. So let's just quickly. I want to quickly go back just to show people the award tiers again. So as we go through it, you guys are giving away mostly the editions, digital copies, and some kind of art, right?
Yes.
Do you have any stretch goals if you hit over a certain amount, or just haven't announced it yet? Or
we're keeping those under wraps for now.
Okay.
We do have stretch goals, and we don't want to count our chickens before our eggs are hatched. Count our eggs before our chickens go on a trip. Whatever that expression is, that just suddenly escaped me. But we have stretch goals that we're really excited about, and we're gonna drop those out when there's a 2-month campaign.
Oh, this is for 2 months?
There's a 2-month, a 60-day or 59-day now campaign, which is why being at 25% on the first 12 hours or so is really exciting, because we think we might be able to get those stretch goals and put out some more really cool stuff.
Yeah. That sounds great there, and and just to remind the audience, they have the first 48. So So technically, till sometime tomorrow, you said, right? They can get
Thursday. So
Thursday.
it opened this morning at 8 o'clock,
Okay.
and they have until Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern time to take advantage of this first 48-hour tier, where if you're back in the first 48 hours, instead of the hard copy, or rather physical copy reward tier being $20, you can get it for $15.
Awesome.
Which is a pretty cool deal. Don't count your chickens before they make it to the other side. Sabina, thank you. That's the one I was looking for. That's it. That's exactly correct. Watch out for those chickens throwing eggs. I believe that's the expression.
Stuff. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the art, and I know we talked about this, but I just love the lighting on this panel right here. And then how it moves over to this one, and the lighting, how it changes. Oh.
So there's Marissa Brignol, who did the colors here. I'm interviewing her, and she totally, and Marissa, if you're watching this, it's going in a good place. She totally horrified me for a second. We start talking about it. She's like, I haven't read the script yet. My brain, I'm like, what? Yeah, I know Jay is drawing it, and he's still at that stage. And then she said to me, she goes, I do my best work. My best ideas come to me the first time I read the script. So I kind of know what it's about. But when it's time for me to color, I'll read the script, and all my best ideas come to me then. And I said, I mean, listen, everyone works differently. I said, okay, that bottom right panel of the little boy, not in the top panel is a perfect example too, but that bottom right, to me, that's she's 100% right. Her process is flawless, and she is a genius. The first time we saw these colors, I was shocked. And then you're talking about using light. C.S. Garcia Martinez is another artist that we have working with Azim Lyons. And C.S. not on the, we don't have.
Oh, you don't have him on here? Okay.
Yeah, C.S.'s work will be coming out on the when we do the updates. We're going to be revealing more pages from the book and whatnot.
Okay.
Great use of light. And this is on a story by Azim Lyons, who's another comic jammer. Incredible. He just I Like Robots is the name of another anthology he was just in that just funded on Kickstarter.
I've heard of that one.
Really cool. Yeah. Part of the, I can never say this right, the Shidrogo, I think I said it right, group. Shidrogo, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And that CS does incredible stuff with lighting as well. And that story on the second page splits in half. And two different stories are being told at the same. The people we have are incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just one fact here: we've been talking and looking at all this artwork and stuff. We've only gotten about halfway through. We're only seeing about half the presentations here. This is there's actually 14 stories, so you're only seeing about one page of half the content.
And how many pages per story? Was there a limit on that, or?
Well, our shortest one, I believe, is 4. Most of them come in around 9, and we got a couple that have gone up to 12.
Okay.
We gave them between 4 and 12 as a space that they were able to work with, and what's really cool also is we thought we might have to get on people trying to get as many pages as possible, right, for representation. Oh, we want to get our slice of the book. Everyone told the story in exactly the number of pages it needed to be told. It was there was no one trying to eke extra pages. They were trying to tell great stories, and they work. They all work.
Yeah.
We've got our senior editor, Mark Capitelli, who has been amazing. He is an artist and a detail guy. He's the perfect editor, because he is a creator himself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse when your editor is just a money person and they don't really understand art. But he's also a stickler for detail. I call him our devil in the details. And he was great working with everybody. Everybody had an amazing time. There was no nightmare of getting a call from the editor. He'd say, all right, I'm seeing this and I want to work with you on this. We're gonna figure it out. And he had the knowledge. I can help. I can totally anything with a script. I got you. I mean, not only am I a writer, but I'm a language, sir. Language, a kid show. Uh, um, uh, you'll notice I'm not cursing. If I'm not cursing, you're not supposed to be cursing. But I'm a writing professor as well. I have Tellworthy.com, my creative writing services company. I can script writing, developing a story. I got it. I can look at a drawn page and know whether I like it or not. And I can say some decent things about what's good or what needs to work. But that's where I tap out with the art.
Yeah.
Right. James, he looks at something. He's got the entire thing. He's seen it all. You as well. You guys look at a page and you get it. And we're so lucky that Mark had that same instinct and understanding and the empathy to work with everyone, because there's nothing worse. It's hard to work with an editor because you don't want any cuts because what you did was perfect. And this is how I feel. Self-editing. This is how I feel. I'm always afraid when somebody looks at my stuff and says, I don't know if you need that. Mm-hmm. But they're often right. And Mark has a way of talking to people that everyone had fun. They felt like he was part of the collaborative process. And we're so lucky to have Mark involved.
That's great.
Even though he is completely, we can't keep him in society in civilized circles because of just shouting profanities, apparently. It's okay. Our lawyer's here. He'll take care.
Well, this show, I don't know how well, I try not to curse, you know me, but I don't know how kid-friendly the show is these days. But
I generally don't try not to curse. So
yeah,
to reference the page in front of us, a Herculean effort for me.
Yeah, I kind of have a rule. The second I'm on air, the second I'm around kids, I don't curse. But the rest of the time, I'm pretty bad. Yeah, you guys, you know what? I'm gonna wrap up in a minute because I think we talked all we can right now until I see new artwork coming from here, until I see new tiers and stretch goals coming out, which I gotta have you back on for, since this is a 2-month Kickstarter. So I'll have you guys back on towards the end, and we could see how it's going and everything here.
Yeah, please do. This is exciting. And there's so many more people we haven't even gotten to talk about yet, and we will as we put up the art. We've got so many great people on this. This book is going to be unbelievable. And, we also love to come on anytime and talk about that sometimes elusive creative process. I mean, that's the beauty of being on your show. So anytime, let us know.
Yeah, we'll set something up.
We got to give a shout out to Nerds in the Round, too.
What a time that was.
They're going to be publishing our interview to coincide with our Kickstarter. So
okay,
watch out for that.
That hasn't been released then yet, right? Or,
I don't think so.
I check every now and then. I know because I brought you guys. I'm Sebastian there is a good friend of mine.
Yeah, we had a great time with those guys.
Yeah, if you want to see me curse, watch that interview.
I got to tell you guys, just speaking of Nerds of the Round, and they're probably doing something now, which is why Sebastian hasn't checked in. He does some days. If you want to see the best interview I've ever had of somebody interviewing me, watch the Nerds of the Round. And that's not to knock all my other friends' shows that I've been on and other people's shows, but these people they do their research and they really give a good interview.
They asked us some questions no one else has ever asked us. Mm-hmm. They looked at me and they just said, why? No, that wasn't it. That they had read the comics. They had questions about the one-page stories. They had observations about the stories, and they worked so well together. It was such an incredible flow. And like with you, we were laughing. Today whenever I mentioned, I put on Twitter over and over again, we're going to be on the show. One of the things I kept writing was, "Come watch me laugh." Because we always have a great time. We always end up laughing. And we had that vibe over with Nerds of the Round as well. We're dying to be on with them again. And we can't wait to see the one we did with them. It should. Sebastian told me it's going to be up next week, I believe.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I just have two more quick things. It's Evan in the comments, right?
Yes.
He asked if we got to watch the video, and I said no. I wanted to just say no because for some reason there's issues when I'm showing this on the Mac with the audio. For some reason, I haven't figured out a way to get around that, but it is up on the YouTube page. Everyone check that out. Now, with that said,
And more importantly, it's on the Kickstarter page. Go
Yes,
there.
it is on the
Go
Kickstarter
to the
page.
Kickstarter
Yeah,
page.
go to
True.
Kickstarter first, please.
Watch a movie. Watch a movie. Back a comic.
Let me just ask you this: you guys going to be at New York Comic Con this week?
We're not doing Comic-Con this year.
Okay.
We're hoping to do it next year.
Hmm.
Gonna get another year away from coronavirus.
Hey, listen, I'm not going this year either.
So many things on our plate too. That's just
Yeah.
That's one of those things that we keep saying. Hey, when are we going to start going to Comic Cons? We've also, to be honest, we wanted to have something in our hands. We don't want to just go there with
I get you.
our hands in the air and go, oh, we don't really have anything. But we're going to have, with our successful Kickstarter and a couple of copies of CB1, and we'll we're actually going to have some stuff to sell there, which would be cool.
That's great.
When we do go, and we're definitely going to hit you up, Mike, about the process, how we get into
All right, yeah,
it.
no, I'm happy to recommend shows and stuff for you guys. I know your location, so I'll be able to tell you easy travel stuff to start. But yeah, no, I know a lot of promoters. They're all really good people. Hold on. Wow, these guys go after you.
That's actually literally a stretch goal.
You missed it before. Mark asked what kind of stretch goal can you get if he can cut your top knot off for a stretch goal.
Alex asked.
Alex saw that. I posted that, right? That I.
Yeah, Alex asked.
I like that
when I cut off his top, dude. That's dishonor. That's total dishonor.
I have a nice.
So how much are you willing to pay?
I have a nice dagger we can do it with. That's the rated edge.
I will unquestionably put a price on my honor. Let's start negotiating.
What's that movie? Oh, the scene from The Last Samurai where they cut that dude's top knot off when he's in the city. Just like that. On the ground. Throw it at your feet. We just offered $500. You're on.
Let's not give up that easy.
I'm
I might be able to get 1,000 for this thing.
For $500, where he's in.
And it won't be the last, Mark.
Oh my God, you guys, my cheeks hurt every time you guys are on here from laughing so hard. You guys are
it's a family show, so I'm not going to make another joke.
Sorry. 600 if Mark chooses the scissors. All right, so I want to say this. Besides, and not just thank you for coming on, just from the people that you have working with you, the talent that I see, the talent that has been in the audience watching, that has participated in this with you, you guys have a fantastic team. You guys have a great group of people working with you, and the stuff that you're doing is honestly just fantastic. Trying to get people out there, trying to just put out good art, good stories. It's something I respect greatly in all all creatives when they do that. So I want to thank you for being those type of guys and doing it. I will definitely book a show with you guys towards the end of the Kickstarter. I'd love to see where it's at. I will be following it. Don't worry, because I will be donating as well. So yeah, you're welcome. But before I go, is there anything either of you two would like to say?
James, any final wisdom?
Well, so someone out there can put us right over $1,000 with like a $14 donation. So
if somebody right now,
be that guy or gal.
If somebody right now does the first 48 hours discount tier and gets themselves a physical copy for $15 instead of the usual $20, we'll be over that $1,000 mile marker, which would be incredible to happen today and on this show. But thank you, Michael, for having us on here. Michael introduced me to to drugs. No, that's wrong. To comics. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Michael introduced me to writing comics, and I think there's a reason that the exclusives keep coming your way. I was writing always a lover of comics, but never wrote them. I had my heartbreak at an early age when I wanted to draw them, and suddenly realized one day that I sucked at drawing, and then went in other artistic directions, writing. But Michael got me writing comics, and it's the chain reaction that got me to James and this ridiculously awesome partnership, brotherhood that we got working together, and it's and thank you. And we're the fact that we're in a Kickstarter right now is surreal, but also makes total sense because once it started rolling, it was going to go, and yeah, I cannot believe the people that we've gotten to work with and that we're going to get to work with continuing. So thank you for having us on. I can't wait to watch Matt on your show next week, and have us on anytime. There's a lot more people we want to talk about who are doing incredible stuff in the book.
Well, look for the ads for Matt. I last we left it, he said yes, but I'm waiting for the final confirmation. And like I said, I don't normally do a shout out like that until I have official confirmation.
Sorry.
It
happened. Sorry.
What, it did?
It happened.
Oh, nice.
Great.
1,161.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow,
you know, when you were talking about how great I was introducing you to comics and writing,
thank you.
I was getting ready to. I was actually setting up my pledge. I was hoping to be the guy to do it for you, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So
that's great, man. We are so proud of this. All the contributors, and it's such a great thing. It's I'm so excited. I'm literally bouncing up and down in my seat. This is just the one of the coolest things I've ever done, you know, creatively and professionally. It's very exciting, and I'm so happy to represent all these guys. It's guys and all these people, I should say. I got to get away from the guys and gals thing. I'm too the world we live in this day. All the people that we are representing with this book, they are, you know, a really special lot, and it was really cool to work with everyone and see all this work, and I'm excitedly laying out the book now, so it's great.
You just got called out. You said you were literally bouncing up and down in your chair, and several people have said, "No, you're not." Now that just looks awful.
I would say I would punch Mark, but he's like 6'5", and he probably slammed me all over the wall. That was Mark, right? Or was that
Kieran and Mark teamed up on you?
Yeah.
Oh, Kieran. I think I can kick Kieran's ass, but Mark, I'm not sure. I've given him the moniker the Decapitator.
Mark Capitelli being his last name. We have, I'm going to say it again because I'm so proud of this, an international band of fugitives. We are across the globe. Sabina wants to make sure that you knew she was also mocking you.
All right. I won't be your sister.
You're not allowed to punch her. We have an international band of fugitives on this project. I mean, Brazil. We're all over. We need Africa and Australia and Antarctica is what we discovered. Those are the three continents we don't have yet. So we need someone from each of those, and I'm not going to quit on Antarctica.
It's funny you said Africa. We one of our early contributors is from South Africa. I saw it on our one of our backers is from South Africa.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, see? Well, and this is what we want to do.
I don't even know how we reached out there. Just probably just a Kickstarter fan.
We want to keep doing this. We want to connect with awesome creators, not indie people all over the world, and I want to raise all of our flags together, all of our stars together. And another expression I'm forgetting right now: all of our chickens that haven't hatched. I want to raise them all together, and I love doing this.
All of our chickens in one basket.
that are hatching.
Crossing the road.
All right,
In your
guys.
Lincoln Continental.
Uh,
Something like that.
That's totally the expression. You can tell because it rolls off the tongue.
Listening to Eminem while they're crossing the road.
That old saw, yes.
well, I'll just let you know, I just backed you guys.
Hey, thank you.
You're very welcome. I had to finish it. So when it loads up, what'll that be? After you had 161 before, so you'll have a few more bucks added to that.
Thank you. So exciting.
You're very welcome, dude. You guys have something, something I like to see. I love. Well, number one, I've always preferred indie comics. I think to mainstream in the last good 15, 20 years, and I love seeing good stuff come out. And you guys produce great work, so I'm happy to help you guys out in any way I can. Besides, sorry, I had to put that one up. I don't usually put stuff up about me, but.
I didn't know we weren't seeing all of them. I didn't realize you were controlling.
On my end, you guys should be able to see all the comments going on. But I have the control to put them up.
Oh, look at this button that I never pressed. Okay, yeah. Look at that's exciting.
So, here's a good one. I'm sorry that I missed.
Name it.
When I think of you and talking, sometimes I think of that Twilight Zone episode where they bet the guy he can't keep his mouth shut for like a year, or you know the one I'm talking about. And then at the end he cuts his tongue out, and they're like, "I don't have $1 million."
I'm gonna need the money up front then.
Anyway, guys, I do need to sign off. It was great having you on. Thanks again for everything you're doing. We'll definitely book something for when it's closer to the end of November for you guys to come back, and we'll see where we're at. Don't forget, for those watching, in the comments, they have their, not only the Kickstarter I want you guys to donate to, but their YouTube page to follow and like and subscribe to. Please do the same to mine if you haven't. But I'm going to drop you guys backstage. Had a great time. Always a pleasure.
Hey, thank you so much, Michael. Much appreciated.
Great. Thanks, Mike.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, folks, and thank you.
All right, guys. So that was today's show. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. I'm seeing the comments still going by. I'm sorry. Just got to put this up for Christian. You should see him at the movies. But you guys, thanks a lot. I really did have a great time. Thanks, Mark, for your comments, and everybody else, and Evan. I got, like I said, Matt's more than likely coming on next week, but look for my ads just in case it is not him. But I'm looking forward to talking with him. I'm really excited to do that. But I got a lot of great shows coming up in the next few weeks, a lot of great Kickstarters to share with you guys. So, have a great rest of your day, great night, wherever you guys are, great morning if you're watching somewhere else. It's always a pleasure to have these guys on, and I thank them for coming on. So, you guys, until next week. Bye, guys.